When she told me she was leaving, it wasn't during a fight. There were no raised voices, no slammed doors, no dramatic exits. She said it quietly, like someone announcing the weather. "I can't do this anymore, Mark," she murmured, not meeting my eyes. "I need something real." The words barely reached me at first. She stood by the kitchen counter, the morning sun pouring through the window, turning her hair gold. I remember thinking how strange it was to be told your marriage is over in such calm light. "Something real?" I repeated, my voice brittle. "And I'm what, imaginary?" Her lips trembled, but she didn't look away. "You've been distant. You stopped trying. I don't even know who you are anymore." There it was, the shift. The blame. I wanted to shout that she was the one who'd changed, that I'd noticed the long phone calls after class, the way she glowed when she said the name Ethan, the yoga instructor with the soft voice and easy smile. But I didn't. I stood there like a man watching his house burn, too numb to move. She left that afternoon. A duffel bag, her mat, a single tear she wiped away before I could see it. I spent the next week convincing myself it was temporary, that she'd come back once the fog lifted. But the truth doesn't wait for permission, it creeps in, steady and merciless. The first time I saw them together was at the cafe near our house. She was laughing, her hand on his arm, like the past 10 years of our marriage had never existed. I stood outside in the rain, watching through the window until she noticed me. The laughter vanished. She turned pale, whispered something to him, and looked away. That was the moment I stopped believing in temporary. That night, I went home and poured a drink. Then another. I replayed every argument, every moment I might have pushed her away, every second I could have done differently. The human mind is cruel, it makes you look for logic in betrayal, as if reason could ever explain heartbreak. By midnight, I was sitting on the living room floor, staring at our wedding photo on the wall. Her smile in that picture felt like a lie now. Then came the knock. It was soft at first, almost hesitant. I checked the clock, 2:03 a.m. The kind of hour where good news never comes. When I opened the door, she was standing there, rain-soaked, hair plastered to her face. Behind her, half hidden by the porch light, stood Ethan. For a second, I thought I was hallucinating. "Mark," she said, voice trembling. "Can we come in?" I didn't move. "You have some nerve showing up here with him." "It's not what you think," she said quickly, glancing over her shoulder. I almost laughed. "You left me for him. I think that explains itself." Ethan stepped forward, his voice calm, practiced. "Listen, man, we didn't come here to fight. We just need a place to talk. It's important." Something in his tone made me pause. His usual confidence was gone. His jaw was tight, his eyes darting like a cornered animal. I stepped aside, more curious than forgiving. They came in dripping water onto the hardwood floor. The room smelled like rain and tension. "What could you possibly have to say at 2 in the morning?" I asked, crossing my arms. My wife, ex-wife, I reminded myself, looked at me, her expression caught between fear and regret. "He's in trouble," she said softly. "Serious trouble." I turned to Ethan. "You?" He swallowed hard. "I think someone's been following me. My car's been broken into twice this week. Tonight, there was a guy outside my building. I didn't know where else to go." I stared at him. "And you came here? To her husband's house?" He ran a hand through his wet hair. "She said you'd help." "Help?" I said, my laugh sharp and bitter. "You sleep with my wife and then show up asking for protection. You've got some guts." "Mark," she said quickly, stepping closer. "Please, it's not like that." I didn't know what else to do. He's scared. The absurdity of it all made me dizzy. I'd spent weeks drowning in silence, and now the two people who shattered me were in my living room, asking for mercy. I poured myself another drink and sat down. "Fine," I said. "Talk." Ethan hesitated, then sank into the armchair across from me. "I've been teaching private sessions for a woman," he began. "Her husband's connected. The kind of man you don't cross. He found out about us, about me and his wife. I think he's having me followed." I blinked. So you're saying you're being hunted because you couldn't keep your hands off someone else's wife? His face tightened. I made a mistake. I looked at my ex-wife. You have a type, apparently. She winced but said nothing. The storm outside picked up, wind rattling the windows. For a long moment, none of us spoke. Then headlights flashed through the curtains, slow, deliberate, stopping right outside. Ethan shot up. That's him, he whispered. I turned toward the window. A black sedan sat in the driveway, engine idling. My stomach clenched. Relax, I said, forcing calm I didn't feel. Could be anyone. But he was already pacing. You don't understand, this guy, he's dangerous. I looked at my ex-wife, whose hands were trembling. You dragged this into my home, I said quietly. After everything, you bring this here. Tears filled her eyes. I didn't know where else to go. You're the only person I trust. The words hit harder than I expected. Trust. The same thing she'd shattered now tossed back at me like a plea. I glanced outside again. The sedan's headlights went dark. Get down, Ethan hissed, backing away from the window. Something primal in me took over. I turned off the lights, the room sinking into darkness. The only sound was the storm and our breathing. Minutes passed. The car didn't move. Then, slowly, it pulled away. Ethan exhaled shakily. We need to leave, he said. Now. I didn't stop them when they gathered their things. I didn't offer comfort. As they headed for the door, I said, you should both run far. Together. You deserve each other. My wife turned back, eyes glistening. I'm sorry, Mark. For everything. Don't be, I said. You just proved I was right to stop believing in you. The door closed behind them. I stood there for a while, listening to the rain ease into silence. Then I walked to the window. The street was empty. No sedan. No trace of them. But as I turned away, my phone buzzed on the counter. A new message from an unknown number. You should keep your doors locked. He's not after her. He's after him, and everyone who helped him hide. My blood ran cold. Outside, in the reflection of the glass, headlights appeared again. This time, they didn't move. And for the first time since she left, I wasn't angry. I was afraid.